So she's already raised over $100 million. And it's only
like in 48
like a day and a half.
Yeah,
a day and a half.
Yeah.
But Republicans like Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett, Bucket? I don't know what it says.
Burchett.
Have been ramping up their attacks on why she's unfit to serve. Watch.
First off, he said he's going to hire a black female for vice president, and that he just skipped over. What about white females? What about any other group? When you go down that route, you take mediocrity, and that's what they have right now as a vice president.
So are you suggesting she was a DEI hire?
100%. She was a DEI hire.
Okay, so here I'm going to be respectful because you actually have a job. He never said that. He said he was thinking about a woman. He never said her color. He never said anything.
Either way, it's a DEI hire. If by default you're hiring a woman instead of the person that's the best for the job, that's literally diversity, equity, and inclusion. Except for now, it's not necessarily a double minority. But either way, we already knew what it was, and we know why they do it. They do it so that they can secure a certain demographic of people that's only going to vote not based off of the policies, but based off of what you look like, and gender politics and identity inclusion and all of this other nonsense that y'all keep using as a phrase to justify the listen. He was 100% correct. The fact that he said I'm going to pick a woman instead of the best person for the job is one of the reasons why we are in this situation that we in right now. But I know that the hyenas over there on the View is gonna go crazy, especially Whoopi Goldberg. But let's hear what she got to say.
If you're going to attack people, try to do it in a factual manner. I know that is almost insane for you to think about, but a fact really does make a difference. People won't attack you if you're accurate. They'll say you're wrong, but you are beyond wrong. You're trying to send a little message.
She don't even know what she's saying, man. She making it up as she go.
About the fact that she's a woman of color. We all see it. We know what you're doing.
Why
Stop
are these white men so scared of important?
Because black women and women of color freak people out. I don't know why.
Well, I know. Well, they don't like strong, powerful women. We know that.
Well, you know what I think? Yeah. I think that they recognize that they're in trouble now with Kamala at the head of the ticket. Yeah. I said it yesterday. I like the odds of pitting a former prosecutor against a convicted felon. I like the way that matchup looks. I like the way that Kamala has appeared very presidential. I like the way everyone has circled the wagons. Yesterday, there was a phone call with Win with Black Men. It's an organization now. They raised $1.3 million in under 2 hours.
Ain't that crazy how simps have already come to the rescue? I told y'all, and I've been saying it. I said, listen, these sororities, these fraternities, this Divine Nine, black culture, and we seen the exact same thing play out with Obama. We seen it. Y'all voted based off of identity politics. And then when he got out of office, y'all was complaining about the fact that he didn't do anything specifically for black people. And so I hate the fact that we divide ourselves in order to justify whether or not somebody deserves to be in a position. But I thought that it was supposed to be based off of your credentials and whether or not you're good for the position, not whether or not you're a black or black woman or any of this, woman, man, any of that stuff. If you was just a woman and you was the best person for the job, then that's cool. But we already know that she's failed miserably, and people keep ignoring and failing to have this conversation about how her one job, the main thing that they tasked her with, is the exact thing that she failed with. And she took the Obama strategy and going to other countries and advocating for the alphabet community in order to align themselves or have them align with the Democratic Party, when in reality, she failed at the border.
Okay, so this fallacy that black men are going to vote for Trump, just listen to what happened on that call. And so I think people are afraid because black women are the most educated demographic in this country.
The most enrolled and the most in debt and the most got their loans forgiven by the taxpayers for student loan forgiveness for positions that they should have never been in the first place. But let's continue.
Black women are the backbone of the Democratic Party.
Which is one of the reasons why we're in the position that we are in today. But then they go on TikTok and they complain about the fact that they can't afford housing and they getting evicted.
Black women know how to organize, and they are organizing and galvanizing behind Kamala Harris, and that is scaring the heck out of people. But what I will say to people is,
that's the one thing it does. They do have right, is that it scares the heck out of me. It scares the heck out of me.
Stop with the she didn't earn it. Stop with the she is not qualified. Because as a black woman, to have held the positions that she has held, you have to be twice as good to get half as far.
Or you can do like Candace Owens proposed and say that she possibly slept her way into politics. But I don't know. That's just what Candace said.
My father always told me that, and that is absolutely true. And all that
These
rhetoric
hoes
does
is giving me a headache,
galvanize
bro.
us more. That's
Yeah.
all
But
that rhetoric does.
The Republicans made a lot of mistakes. Say God forbid. But my mother used to say that instead of, what is the one they use in the
Bless her
South?
heart.
This lady should have been on Golden Girls. She shouldn't even be on The View, but we all know what the demographic of The View is, and we know why they still on daytime TV.
Bless her heart, like that. Say God forbid. I mean, they've been going after Biden on his age. He's old. I don't know. Who's grandpa
Who's grandpa now? Is that what she's gonna say?
now?
Yeah.
Grandpa, let's check his cholesterol levels, okay? I mean, then they put Vance on the ticket, who's worse, almost worse than Trump, if that's conceivable. I mean, the guy says that women should stay in abusive relationships. So if the guy hits you and beats the crap out of you, just stay there, according to Vance.
Yeah.
Okay? I think that even pro-lifers
You see
in
how
this
they doing
country will
this?
object
You
to
see
that.
how they playing this
I
game?
really do. So that was a mistake. Plus, he's a clone of Trump. He didn't expand anything by doing that. And the other thing I wanted to say was that it's interesting that Trump, he couldn't understand how Biden would put country over party, because in Trump's DNA, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yep.
People who do things like that, like our military, are considered losers and suckers. You know, so Joe Biden is a loser and a sucker. That's according to the mentality of Trump, who has no ability to feel those feelings for his country. It's all about him and his party, his base. That's it.
One thing
You know what the funny part about it is that Trump could have literally just been sailing into the wind, could continue to be rich, embraced by black people before they started calling him racist because he decided that he wanted to run for president of the United States of America and won, and hopefully will win again in this November. But he could have sailed into the wind. Black people adored him. They loved him. They looked at him as a blueprint for marketing. They had him in their videos. They took pictures with him. Y'all absolutely was rocking with him. You referenced him in certain rap songs and all of that. But then people changed and they turned on him, and now all of a sudden he became racist when he started telling the facts and he started putting country over party. But we just so happen to understand conservative values. We've forgotten already within 2 weeks that he just literally had his life almost taken, and we sitting here talking about he's not putting his country over his party. Listen, if y'all following these women, if y'all following these old women to the polls to put somebody in a position who literally could not even debate themselves out of a wet paper bag and was calling Joe Biden racist himself during the primaries in 2019, then I feel sad for our country, and I already know exactly how this is going to go. I'm curious as to what y'all think. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. I'm going to be in Houston this weekend. And then also on top of that, 40% off your first order, 20% off of Life Teach Hanley. That link is in the description. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. It's going to be a rough 4 months. Let's get it popping, y'all.